What's good? Esskimo, GetRichRapping.com, EskimoColdBeats.com, Energy Vampires. Right, I wasn't going to do a video today. I'm trying to sort of spread them out a little bit so it's not oversaturated or whatever. So I was going to start doing them every other day instead of every day. Maybe an hour or so ago, I got into a debate. We'll go with debate. We'll say debate. I basically put out that being broke is a choice through not choosing an alternative, because we don't have to be broke. The opportunity is there, the chances are there for you to go out and find out what you need to find out. Like, at the end of the day, if you feel like you're broke and you're in a position where you're broke, then it's all you, because if you really wanted to, you could go mow like 100 lawns in a day or something, you know what I mean? It just depends on how far you're willing to go to make sure you're not broke or whatever. But people have got a really low threshold of what they'll actually do, so they'll just settle at being broke. Well, that's my thought anyway, but somebody had disagreed and just got into this thing where, like, they were trying to make me see the negative. They were trying to put me in a zone of being broke, and they were making up excuses and basically just being a bitch. I just kind of didn't rise to it or whatever, because here's the thing, you've got to have this mindset. A lot of people respect me for it, a lot of people hate me for it, simply because they could give me a list of problems and I'll just look at them and say, you ain't got no problems, none. What you've got is obstacles that you can solve or cry and bitch and moan about. And this brings me to my point of energy vampires. Is like, we all experience them. You know, when things are going well in your life, or you're on a good path, a positive path, someone has to come around and remind you of the badness. Someone cannot conceive that things are going well for you, so they want to bring you to where they are. They want some of that energy taken away from you, because they cannot bear to see somebody not being able to be distracted, not being able to, you know, be held back, because they're going forward and they're really in life trying to be successful and really trying to have a better living for themselves and the people around them. Some people just haven't got the balls to do that themselves, so the closest thing they can do to achieving something is to stop somebody else actually getting there. And we all encounter them at some point. You know, maybe you're the energy vampire. Do you ever find yourself seeing someone do well and you sort of think like, oh, why does my life suck? They don't deserve what they have, or whatever. I'm not saying that that's the intention person I sort of had a debate with had, but they just could not conceive and would not let me believe that I can live in a positive space with no darkness. And it's not disregarding that darkness in life exists, it's just making a choice of whether you want to live in that darkness and stay there and become that darkness, or do you want to only see the light? Because my mindset is that you are what you think about. So if you think about all these dark things, if you think of life sucking, if you think about being broke, guess what you're going to be? I think the alternative to thinking, oh shit, I'm broke, I'm always going to be broke, why is life so hard when I'm broke? The alternative to that in my mind is to say, I'm rich and I'm getting richer, and saying it and believing it, and after a while it becomes true. And this is not some fairy tales I'm telling you, people. A year ago I made the decision to never see the dark again. I made a decision that the only thing that can enter my space is positivity, success, moving forward, good people, helping people that want it too, helping people grow. They'll help me grow. That is the only thing I allow into my life now. And that's a choice. That's the choice I have. That's the choice that you have. So it's not necessarily that I'm ignorant of, yeah, there's struggle in life. I've been through it. Why am I trying to go back through it? See what I'm saying? Avoid those energy vampires. Sometimes they don't even know they're doing it, but get rid of them. They're not a worse person than you. They're not supposed to be around you. You're not supposed to be around them. Because if you've got that mindset to go forward and you're willing to do everything that it takes and stay in this positive zone that you've given to yourself, because you've constantly repeated things in your mind that you are a success, you are going to become more successful, you are rich, you are going to become more rich. You know, I started doing that, and the past 3-4 months, like, I don't even want to tell you what my PayPal account looks like, but not that that even matters. It's just that's proof to me, at least, that like this shit works. This shit really works. People say, oh, the realness is that, you know, life is hard and all that, but like, what reality do you live in? Because if I'm living in imagination land, then I'm buying a house here. You know what I mean? If I'm living in my imagination, then dear Lord, I love living in imagination. I love living in imagination land, because that's what it is. Look, like, you can look at everything however you want it to be. You can make the impossible possible. You can make the possible impossible. And there's a choice there. Like, where do you go? Where do you look at success like, this is hard, this is difficult, and, you know, how are people are doing it? I'll never be able to do that. Or do you just, you know, put your chest out, put your chin up and say, you know what, I'm going to have the best go. And even more than that, you're going to say, I'm doing it no matter what. no matter what happens. There's a lot of people that aren't going to appreciate that, or at least they wish they could appreciate it because they're stuck in this darkness zone that they'll never get out with a broke mentality. But you don't have to be like that, and if you feel like you are like that now, you don't have to be that way anymore. It's a choice. Now check the link underneath. I got a website called Get Rich Rapping. I don't just do these videos. I've got a blog. I've got a lot of articles on there. If you go to the mindset section, I talk about all this stuff in detail. Like there's some really in-depth articles there. It's just the stuff that I've learned, how I've managed to get my head in a certain space where all I can do is win, because I don't see losing. Because any failure I have is just something to learn for next time. But you get to a point where anyone can tell you anything and you just say, okay, anything, literally anything. I've had some terrible news, I've had some bad things happen, and I've just been like, okay, I got a mission. I'm going somewhere. Blinkers on, whatever. Avoid those energy vampires. Hopefully you benefit from this video. If you subscribe, there's a button there. If you could check the links in the description, especially the blog getrichrapin.com. Like I say, there's a lot of information that I know a lot of people need. So yeah, have a great day, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world right now. There's nothing but love over here. Nothing but love. Love, progression, and success. Anything else, I do not want to know. Peace.